All right, we're going to talk about the two major bank collapses, but first, I feel like sometimes on this show, we just get right to the news, and I haven't had a chance to get to know you guys. So I'm not very good at small talk, so this week I've asked my America-loving AI home assistant, PatriotBot, to interact with the comments on this video. So if you're on Canon Plus, head over to YouTube. PatriotBot has given me some get-to-know-you questions for you guys to answer in the comments. Here they are. How are you liking the show? Where are you from? How many guns do you have, and where do you keep them? Where were you on January 6th? And this one is just one word. Hitler? PatriotBot looks forward to interacting with your answers. Isn't that right, PatriotBot?
USA.
All right, now our main story. Last week, Silicon Valley Bank collapsed in the largest bank failure since the 2008 financial crisis. Let's talk about it in our hopefully one-off segment, Cold Hard Crash.
No!
So, how did this happen? Well, unlike most banks, Silicon Valley Bank didn't have a lot of small depositors. It was mostly tech startups. So, bad news for the future of Boingo, the meditation app for dogs. Here's the rundown. Silicon Valley Bank got a huge influx of cash during the weird tech boom that we had in 2020. They put a lot of that money into the bond market, which is tied to interest rates. When the Fed raised interest rates, those bonds lost a lot of their value, and SVB had to sell them off at a loss, sparking a run on the banks. Now these tech companies are left out in the cold. Things have gotten so bad that the CEO of Uber had to start driving an Uber. Because these aren't small depositors, their accounts are too big to be federally insured, but Secretary Janet Yellen said that the federal government will pay all of SVB's depositors out of an insurance fund. But if they do that, the fund will be pretty depleted. So all of you other banks, just be sure not to fail, okay? The federal government is now auctioning off Silicon Valley Bank. It's like Storage Wars, but the auctioneer is Joe Biden and all the units are empty. This week, the bank's UK branch sold for just £1. For our American audience, that's about the price of a bag of chips, and for our Canadian audience, it's about half a can of shoe polish. Biden took a moment to address the crisis.
Americans can rest assured that our banking system is safe.
That's right, the banking system is safe. Also, Trump is just about to go to jail, and Dylan Mulvaney is a goddess. To be fair, in Joe Biden's day, banks did keep better records. As the financial world continued to reel from the bank's collapse, we got more details on its internal workings. Its board included Hillary donors, an Obama official, and even an improv actor. That guy's going to have to step up his audience banter. All right, folks, now give me an occupation. Please, I need this. The head of risk assessment at SVB was Jay Ursapa, who describes herself as a queer person of color from a working-class background. At the bank, she organized a myriad of initiatives, including safe space catch-ups for staff. On the bright side, they have plenty of safe space now. SVB's collapse spooked customers of New York's Signature Bank, who then withdrew $10 billion in deposits, quickly leading to the third largest bank failure in U.S. history. And after Signature Bank failed in New York, it went back to Indiana to live with its parents. My bank is also in New York, but they use a different kind of currency. It also came out that Signature had recorded a parody music video about how awesome they were. Let's watch. We were going to do it this week, but I think this takes the Cringe Award. Weird that they failed after that. Well, that's all for this week's Cold Hard Crash.
No!
Before we close, I'd like to get something off my chest. A couple weeks back, we talked about Trump contacting executives at Disney to complain about Jimmy Kimmel. And I said that if Trump wanted to complain about this show, he could contact my boss, Canon CEO Brian Kohl. Then I gave out his email address. I now realize that this was a mistake. Now with a written statement on the matter, Canon CEO Brian Kohl.
Hello. Over the past couple of weeks, I have received a number of emails from fans of this show. An obscene number, really, every day. I had understood my email address was for use by DT45 only. As it stands, answering emails now consumes all my time. And after I reply, I have often been disappointed to find that the email wasn't actually written by Donald Trump. My life has become a Sisyphean nightmare. The Wade Show is great. Wade is the best. I know that. Everyone knows that. Please stop sending emails about how great it is to brian@canonpress.org. brian@canonpress.org is for Canon business only and is not a public forum for practical jokes. Please be considerate and protect brian@canonpress.org. Thank you.
Brian Kohl, everybody. Well, that's it for the show. I'm Wade, and I'll see you next week. This week, we also talked about the Oscars and California's transgender prisons, but those stories are only available at mycanonplus.com. Use promo code WADE99 to get your first month for just 99 cents. We covered those stories first, so if you click on the video there, you won't have to scrub through stuff you've already seen. I'm Wade, this is The Wade Show, and I'll see you over on Canon Plus.